Hello and welcome to my baking channel. In this video I want to share a chocolate cake recipe from a bakery I once worked for. It's a moist and rich chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting for real chocolate lovers. So if you happen to like chocolate cake from some bakery in your neighborhood, try this recipe at home and maybe you'll like it just as much. This recipe calls for soft butter. All ingredients should be room temperature for better incorporating and more even baking. Preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. Beat butter with sugar and vegetable oil for a few minutes until lighter in color and airy. Then add eggs, one at a time. They mix in momentarily because of the same internal temperature. Let's see if I can crack an egg with one hand. Yep. Keep mixing on medium-high speed for another 3 to 4 minutes. Optionally add espresso or strong drip coffee or even instant coffee. Those things help enhance chocolate flavor. Now is the time to mix together dry ingredients. But first, let's talk cocoa powder. I'm using Dutch cocoa powder today. It's a bit darker in color and less acidic than natural cocoa. And that actually makes a difference in how you choose rising component. Natural cocoa is acidic, so it can easily react with baking soda, which is going to give a cake great rise. While Dutch cocoa powder has more natural pH and requires baking powder to rise well. So next time you make chocolate cake, check if your cocoa matches with baking powder or baking soda to achieve a perfect result. Back to recipe. Mix flour and sifted cocoa powder. It's usually very lumpy because of high fat content, so don't skip this step. Baking powder in my case and salt. With mixer running on low, add flour mix, alternating it with milk. I guess it ensures proper incorporation and prevents overmixing. The batter is supposed to be thick like this and quite fluffy. Bake it in 2 pans of 7 inches, 6 to 8 inches is optimal size for this recipe. Simultaneously or one at a time. And this recipe doesn't affect the texture if batter sits for a bit. Use scale or scoops to divide in two. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes or until toothpick is clean. Let cool slightly in a pan and then remove. Room temperature ingredients allow cakes to rise evenly, so you don't have to worry about cutting anything off. Chocolate cream cheese frosting. Let's just say it's exactly what we need here. If you have ever had your cream cheese turning out too soft or drippy, I guarantee with my recipe, you'll never experience this problem again. I like to start with creaming cream cheese, which is easier when it's soft and room temperature, and set it aside. Room temperature seems to be the word of the video, or 2 words. Do the same with butter. You want it light and fluffy, it takes a couple minutes. Now add icing sugar and vanilla. Do a bit of stirring to avoid sugar explosion and beat for a couple minutes. And only after that add cream cheese. The whole secret of great cream cheese frosting is mixing sugar with butter first. Let me know how you like this method. Lastly, cocoa powder and beat for about 2 minutes. Look how well it stays in a bowl, incredibly smooth and delicious. Cakes baked out perfectly when ingredients are warm. There will most likely be no elevation in the center, so no extra time for trimming and leveling. I like my chocolate cake super moist, so I recommend soaking it in some milk, but you could totally skip this step. Use about 1/3 of frosting for the inside, stack another layer on top, and optionally but recommended, crumb coat the cake with very little frosting. This see-through layer will seal all the crumbs and they're not going to be in the way of applying final coat of frosting. Place cake in the fridge or freezer for 15 minutes before applying the final layer. And today's design is absolutely beginner-friendly. Cover cake in the rest of the cream cheese, no need for perfection, and create waves with any tool you like. Simple and effective. Ideally, I'd let cake sit in the fridge for an hour or so, but no time for that. Classic chocolate cake, yet it has so much to say. Enjoy and let me know in the comments if you like extra chocolate things.